All right, hello YouTube. This is actually my first ever YouTube video. The reason why I decided to film this video about the Mimos pillow is because when I did do a search on YouTube to try to get some honest reviews on this, I've only found maybe a handful of YouTubers that actually reviewed and talked about this pillow. I do want to let you know that I did pay for this pillow with my own money, so this is not any type of sponsored video. This is 100% my own opinion and how it's been working for me, well, for my son and, for our family. So basically what the Mimos pillow is for is to prevent flat head syndrome, which has a scientific name of I don't really know how to pronounce it, but basically when babies are born, their heads are a little bit softer still because their skull hasn't fully fused together, and it's basically to allow for during the birthing process as well as during the rapid growth that their brain kind of goes through in the beginning of their lives. So the brain does go through a rapid growth, so the skull has to basically be able to accommodate that, and it hasn't fully fused or hardened like us adults. Now our heads are fully hardened, so for us, laying on a mattress wouldn't really cause a flat spot. However, for an infant, if they favor a position on on their firm mattress, it could sometimes give them a little bit of a flat spot. And so we started noticing that happening because our son, even though we would reposition his head from side to side, because that's what you're told to do, repositional therapy with them, sometimes he would just in the middle of the night kind of turn his head back and he would just lay back on his flat, on the spot that he favored, and eventually over time it started to cause a little bit of a flat spot. Now basically by 6 months, you usually have until 6 months to get that corrected, or else usually a pediatrician, if it's pretty severe, will recommend getting a helmet. So our son's 5 months old, and we started using this pillow about 2 weeks ago, and we're seeing some improvement. Again, we've only been using it for 2 weeks, so that's why I wanted to give this review, because we're going to still be using this until he's about 6 months. Now, basically the Mimos pillow is one of the only ones on the market where it's actually breathable. I don't know if you can see because I know my lighting's really bad, and I'm just using a cell phone camera at the moment, but there's actually little holes inside, and both my husband and I put our faces up against it, and we were able to breathe through it. And I think it said on their website, you could check out Mimos or Amazon. It's actually sold on Amazon. I believe it was like 96% like air permeability, and it reduces the pressure. So their head goes here, so this spot here kind of allows for their, while they're going through growth spurts and such for their skull, like as it's coming out, this spot kind of allows for their less pressure on their head, of course, and allows for the spot to kind of round back out because their head kind of goes here. And it allows for a lot less pressure, and it's a lot softer, obviously, than a firm mattress. Now, again, I know a lot of people don't want to put a pillow in the crib, and you don't have to. You can use this during supervised nap time. You can use this when you put them in the car seat. You can use this when you put them in their swing. You can use this when you put them in their bouncer chair or on their play mat. Like anytime they're on their back when being supervised, you should definitely use this. But also, if you choose to use it in the crib, that's your choice. I will tell you that in other countries, I think it's the United Kingdom, this is like a certified medical device. So it is certified and able to be used. Like they actually do use it in their cribs because it is breathable. Like even if the child were to roll and their face were pushed on it, you can breathe through it. So they're not going to keep rebreathing in their air, the carbon, carbon monoxide and everything. Or carbon dioxide. But you know what I'm saying. They're not going to keep recycling their own air. It's going to allow for oxygen to kind of flow through. So that's your choice, whether you choose to want to use in the crib. I'll tell you, it is one of the only breathable pillows, just like some people choose to use breathable bumpers and some people choose not to use bumpers at all. That's your choice as a parent. But I will tell you that we have used this a lot day and night, and we're starting to see some improvement with it. It is kind of expensive. It's $110, or maybe I've got it for $120 actually on Amazon, because this is the extra large. So extra large, I believe, goes from 5 months to 18 months. So this is a pillow that they can kind of use even into their, when they're, you know, when they're like toddlers. Well, yeah, up to like 18 months, so a year and a half, but you can use this pillow for a while. The size large, it says on their website, is for premature babies, 0 to 3 months. So if your child was born at term, you probably wouldn't get much use out of the large size because their head would probably grow out of it very quickly. So you would probably start with the extra large, and that would go from birth to 5 months, and then 5 months on you would get the extra large. Seeing as we got this when he was 4.5 months old, we ended up just going straight to the extra large. It fit his head fine, and that way we could just use this until he is 18 months. It is machine washable, and just don't put it in the dryer, but it's machine washable, and then you could just take it out and it basically dries pretty quickly because all the holes in it, and it keeps its shape. You can buy a breathable pillowcase that they sell as well for much cheaper than the pillow cost. We just chose not to, since we spent $120 on the pillow, we chose not to buy the pillowcase. We figured we could just throw this in the wash. I am seeing some improvement. I think this is one of the, I did buy other, I bought the Baby Moon pillow, I bought the Cleva Mama pillow, I bought the Lazy Lambert pillow, and I'm seeing better results with this pillow. I can actually do a review on some of those other pillows if you guys want to, you know, hear about those other, how, you know, we thought those other pillows worked. But this is the best, I think, because it doesn't have a full out cutout. It basically is very well lifted here to keep his head in this spot and to keep the flatter spot here, so it allows, like in this little divot, so it allows for the flat spot to kind of grow out, whereas if he's pushed flat up against a mattress, it doesn't really allow for the head to push outwards. It kind of keeps restricting the growth of their skull. So I would say if you started this earlier, you would probably see better results than what we might see, because we ended up starting it a little bit later. So I don't know whether or not we're going to fully get rid of that flat spot, but again, once they usually hit a growth spurt, you know, their head can usually kind of round out. So we'll see. But I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, like it, give it a thumbs up. And I can do other reviews on some of the other pillows and some other things that we've done. The one, you know, criticism I have for this pillow is it is white. So sometimes if, you know, your child, and you just in general, like you have oils in your hair and on your skin, sometimes it will kind of stain the pillow a little bit. So again, it's machine washable, so it's not a big deal, but being white, you'll see like a little like yellow film, kind of like sometimes like a little bit of stain. So that's my, you know, the color, that's a little bit of a critique on it, because it can get stained pretty easily, especially if your child has cradle cap and you put like oils in their hair, which our son does have some cradle cap, and I can actually share a video with you guys about some of the remedies that we've used to kind of get rid of his, well, we haven't officially gotten rid of it, but we're able to kind of lessen his cradle cap, so I can kind of share other reviews with you guys if you're interested in that. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my first ever video. If you have any questions, leave it down in the reviews below, or in the question section below, and I'll answer them for you. Thank you.